The Borderlands story has a lot of shocking moments and twists and turns. With characters dying and unexpected betrayals, there are a number of jaw-dropping moments, and we will be going over the top 10 of them. 10. TK Baha's death. As he was one of the first people that the Vault Hunters met in Borderlands 1,
You should have seen the look on your face!
TK Baha's death definitely came as a surprise, and let us know that Pandora was certainly no holiday in the Bahamas. With the knowledge of his history with Scar and his miraculous survival, albeit with the loss of his eyesight and his right leg, he almost seemed invincible.
One more step and it'll be your last!
But when Scooter mentions he's worried about TK because he hasn't heard from him in a while, it was clear something was wrong. Even still, it did nothing to lessen the shock of seeing TK Baha's lifeless body hanging from the ceiling fan by his prosthetic leg in his shack outside Firestone. 9. Typhon Deleon's children. Typhon Deleon is the first ever Vault Hunter. A little after meeting him, it's found out that the Calypso twins, Troy and Tyrene, are his children. With very different personalities and morals, let alone the height difference.
You were expecting someone less handsome?
Can't say I saw that one coming. Typhon endeavours to stop the twins from opening the Great Vault and comes up with a plan, but it's foiled when Tyrene shows up and destroys it. She grabs Lilith by the neck, and in response Typhon channels his inner Indiana Jones and lassos her, which sets her sights on him instead.
This is your fault! You kept us here when the universe should have been ours!
Willing to sacrifice himself like a noble hero,
I'm sorry, Starlight.
Typhon sets off a grenade, but Tyrene absorbs it and fires it back at him, ultimately ending his life. Typhon taught the twins everything they knew about vaults, and in return they killed him and tainted his legacy by using it for evil.
Don't be the last Vault Hunters.
8. Handsome Jack's face reveal. Throughout Borderlands 2, Handsome Jack's face was always covered by a mask, leaving me wondering if he was really that handsome. It wasn't until the pre-sequel that it was revealed why and what was under it. The events of the pre-sequel follow Handsome Jack on his quest for power. At the end, when he opens the Albert's vault, he finds a floating object. Initially disappointed,
That's it?
he reaches out and touches it, granting him visions of the Vault of the Warrior. While he is entranced in the knowledge of the vaults, Lilith appears
Hey, handsome.
and punches the object, destroying it and searing the vault symbol into its face. That would leave him scarred for life and set him on the path to the events of Borderlands 2.
I'm gonna kill them all.
7. Tannis the Siren. Tannis has been described in many different ways, but up until Borderlands 3 when she got kidnapped by the Calypso twins, never once as a siren. After the Vault Hunters defeat Grave War, the twins capture Tannis and bring her to Carnivora. They strap her to a board hanging from the ceiling above the Agonizer 9000, where the Vault Hunters are sent to save her. Once the Agonizer had been defeated, the problem of Tannis being suspended in the air still remained. Luckily though, Tannis had a trick up her sleeve. She broke out of her restraints and glided down to the ground using her hidden siren powers. Tannis revealed that she had become a siren when Angel transferred her abilities to her upon her death,
You could call it a gift from a guardian angel.
and she had kept that secret from everyone for just as long. 6. Angel's Betrayal. During the events of both Borderlands 1 and Borderlands 2, Angel is ever present, helping guide the Vault Hunters on the right path.
But I need you to believe that I'm here to guide you.
It isn't until the story mission Rising Action in Borderlands 2 that her true intentions come into question. When the Vault Hunters defeat Wilhelm, he drops a power core which Angel says is so advanced that the shields protecting Sanctuary will never have to be recharged again. Following Angel's advice, the old one is taken out and replaced by the new Hyperion power core. This is where we learn that Angel is working for Handsome Jack.
Angel's working for me.
Lowering Sanctuary's shields, Jack.
The power core was a trap, and with the shields down, Handsome Jack rains havoc on the city. Angel's betrayal was a huge shock, revealing that she had been working with Handsome Jack all along, not just for the events of Borderlands 2, but the entirety of Borderlands 1 as well, when he used Angel to trick the original Vault Hunters into opening the vault for him. 5. Maya's death. After killing the Rampager in Borderlands 3, the Vault Hunters stumble upon an argument between Ava and Maya. Maya had told Ava to stay on the ship to be kept safe, but Ava had disobeyed and followed them out. Tyreen and Troy then show up and Ava chooses to antagonize them.
I'm gonna be a siren, and then I'm gonna mop the floor with assholes like you!
Quickly it escalates, with Tyreen grabbing Ava and Maya then putting Troy in a headlock, demanding she lets Ava go.
Put her down!
Tyreen does as she's told, only for Troy to grab Maya's arm and begin to take her powers. With Troy leeching Maya's siren abilities, she begins to dissolve away into nothing, with only a book left in her place. Her death was particularly surprising as it all happened so fast and ended so abruptly, with the Vault Hunters just standing there watching. It was hard to believe, even as she was fading away, that Troy would be able to kill Maya simply with one touch. 4. The original Borderlands ending. The first Borderlands game all leads up to the opening of the Vault. The whole plot was centered around the insurmountable treasures that the Vault supposedly held.
The contents of the vault are rightfully the property of the Atlas Corporation.
So naturally, when it opened up and a one-eyed tentacle creature crawls out, suffice to say it was pretty shocking. Not to mention, after finally defeating the monster, the vault closes and the loot left behind was lackluster to say the least. Angel discloses that she knew the real contents of the vault but chose to keep it hidden from us.
For you to be there to stop it, it couldn't have unfolded any other way.
The Borderlands 1 ending left everyone stunned at the time, because everything led up to this expectation of wonders inside the vault, which never existed in the first place. We never even got to go inside. 3. Angel is Jack's Siren's daughter. Angel's backstory was a lot darker than initially expected. She was originally introduced to the Vault Hunters as an artificial intelligence who gave them directions.
I'll be watching.
However, in Borderlands 2, after defeating the bunker, they come face to face with her for the first time, where it is revealed that she is not only a human, but a siren and Handsome Jack's daughter. Her whole life had been controlled by him. The Vault Key naturally charges every 200 years, so to speed it up, he used Angel. Her siren powers allowed her to charge the Vault Key by being pumped with iridium. The only way to stop that from happening was to kill her, and she had become dependent on the iridium to live, so without it, she would die. Handsome Jack kept his daughter imprisoned away from the world. She never had a life other than to speak to the Vault Hunters under his command and manipulating them for his benefit. No longer wanting to do his bidding, she makes a decision. When the Vault Hunters arrive, she chooses to sacrifice herself to save Pandora and free herself from his control. She instructs the Vault Hunters to shoot the iridium injectors, keeping her alive, with her last words being,
Dad, I have to tell you something. You're an asshole.
2. Bloodwing's experiment. When Bloodwing first gets captured, the task of rescuing her seems fairly straightforward. The first sign of that not being the case is when her cell was found empty.
Oh, I moved her a few hours ago. Somewhere a little more dramatic.
The second is when Handsome Jack says,
Hey, I've been doing some really interesting iridium experiments with her.
and the third is when the floor opens up to release a gigantic slagged Bloodwing. As she changes from the elements, slag, fire, lightning, and finally corrosive, the Vault Hunters continue to try to debilitate her. The plan was simple: weaken Bloodwing enough so that Mordecai can shoot her with a tranq dart. However, the longer the fight goes on, the slimmer the hope of everyone making it out unscathed looks. Especially with Handsome Jack's taunting words in the background the whole time.
Fire, electricity, corrosion, slag, and god damn, I forgot the last one. What the hell was that again?
Once all four elements have been defeated, Mordecai finally has a chance to shoot Bloodwing with the tranq dart, and she collapses to the ground. Everything was going according to plan, we had succeeded, and there was hope, but unfortunately Handsome Jack had another trick up his sleeve.
Oh, now I remember. Explosive! No!
The death of Bloodwing was shocking for many reasons. Before it, Handsome Jack had been underestimated. He showed he was in full control of the situation and there was never any hope of rescuing Bloodwing. By torturing and experimenting on her, it truly proved how evil Handsome Jack was, and that there was no lengths he wouldn't go to.
Kill.
Honourable mentions: Lilith's disappearance. At the end of Borderlands 3, when Tyrene is defeated, the Great Vault doesn't close. Pandora is at risk, and there doesn't appear to be an easy way to stop it.
Not unless you know a way to remove the moon from the sky.
Upon hearing this, Lilith sacrifices herself to save Pandora and flies towards Alpus. An explosion can be seen before the symbol of the Firehawk appears in the sky, and Lilith wasn't seen again. Her disappearance poses the question, is she really dead? And if not, where is she? The Masked Stranger's identity. The Tales from the Borderlands opens with a mysterious stranger kidnapping both Reese and Fiona, and demanding to know everything about the Gortys project.
Tell me about the Gortys project.
It isn't until the end of the game, when Vaughn saved Fiona and Reese from the stranger, that together they interrogate him, and his true identity is revealed.
I asked for only one thing.
Upon Gortys' presumed death, Loaderbot, having witnessed it, felt betrayed, so he kidnapped them to find out the truth about what happened to her.
Why?
Athena saved by the Watcher. After the events of Borderlands 2, Athena gets kidnapped and questioned by Lilith on her history with Handsome Jack.
Now, I will ask you this only once. Why?
After hearing Athena's story, Lilith isn't swayed.
Kill her.
Being the leader of the Crimson Raiders at the time, she commands them to execute Athena. However, a mysterious Iridian Guardian named the Watcher appears and saves her, warning everyone of a war to come.
War is coming, and you will need all the Vault Hunters you can get.
Timothy's return. After the pre-sequel, the whereabouts of Jack, Timothy, are not known. Until, that is, in Borderlands 3, when Timothy is found in the Handsome Jackpot.
I am not Jack!
From there, it is revealed that ever since Handsome Jack's death, Timothy had been trapped inside the casino. 1. Roland's demise. After the reveal and subsequent death of Angel, it was completely unexpected for another character to die so soon, especially not Roland. Roland was my boy, the leader of the Crimson Raiders, and a major part of the Borderlands story. With his help, the Vault Hunters managed to stop Jack from charging the Vault Key by killing Angel. Without him, that wouldn't have been possible. As he begins commanding orders to everyone, barely finishing his sentence, a bullet strikes him in the middle of his chest, causing him to fall to the ground. Behind him, Handsome Jack's smiling face is seen, with a gun in his hand. Handsome Jack wasn't done there though, he then proceeded to kidnap Lilith to use her to finish charging the Vault Key.
Kill the Vault Hunter. We've got a date to keep with the warrior.
Roland's death was extremely sudden and unpredictable. The Vault Hunters and himself had just succeeded in stopping Jack, only for it to be all flipped upside down in an instant. It left everyone in shock. Even the residents of Sanctuary, which Mordecai told us to tell that the leader of the Crimson Raiders was no longer with us.
Everyone he's ever met, we skin them with their own goddamn teeth!